programmed cell death. Okay, so let's go to this. Everybody can see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now when I'm talking about apoptosis, let's see the mechanism involved. Okay, so when I'm talking about apoptosis is a physiological cell death. Okay, that's the kind of cell death that you have normally. So whenever I'm looking about it, normally in a cell, the outer wall of the cell, okay, there is a protector in the outer wall of the cell. This is called as BCL2. So outer wall of the cell has a very important molecule. This is an anti-apoptotic molecule. Okay, so this molecule here is anti-apoptotic molecule, and when it is present in the outer wall, it will not let cell die. Okay, right, and this molecule is present in the outer wall of mitochondria. So this is what mitochondria. So it is present in the outer wall of mitochondria. So if I am talking about cell, most important organelle which maintains life is your mitochondria, because there are some molecules which are present in the outer wall of mitochondria which are BCL2. These are anti-apoptotic molecules and they will not let cell die. Okay, so if the cell has to die, the first thing that has to occur is loss of BCL2. That is, the BCL2 should be lost. So once the BCL2 is lost, what happens is the permeability of the outer wall of the mitochondria is going to increase. So this will increase the permeability of the outer wall of mitochondria. And when the permeability of outer wall of mitochondria increases, the molecule, one molecule, okay, is as the permeability increases, this molecule BCL2 is replaced by a channel. Okay, this channel is called as back channel. So then instead of BCL2 you get a channel here called back channel. Now this back channel is one channel through which a very important molecule from the intermitochondrial membrane comes out. What is this molecule? Cytochrome C. So let's understand it again. So this is the mitochondria I'm drawing. Okay, so this is the mitochondria. Outer wall of the mitochondria has a very important molecule called BCL2. Till the time BCL2 is present, cell cannot die. So first thing for apoptosis to occur is loss of BCL2. So BCL2 first should be lost. As soon as BCL2 is lost, this is replaced by a channel here. This channel is called as back channel. Once this channel is formed from the intermitochondrial membrane, a molecule comes out from the mitochondria into the cytoplasm. This is called cytochrome C. Okay. Now what happens when the cytochrome C comes out? This will go and activate a very important molecule called as apoptosis activating factor 1. It will go and activate apoptosis activating factor 1, and both of these together will go and activate very special molecules called as caspases. What are caspases? Caspases are nothing but they are cysteine proteases. See, name itself says C for cysteine proteases. Proteases means a group of enzyme which breaks the protein, and these break the proteins after aspartic acid residue. So these group of proteins are very important because they break after aspartic acid residue. Okay, so this pathway of cell death, where the molecules are released from inside the mitochondria to activate apoptosis, these pathways are called as intrinsic pathway of apoptosis. Okay, because molecules are released from inside the mitochondria which is activating caspases. Okay, now let's look at the other pathway. Now this is a cell. I'm going to draw a big cell here. Okay, this is the cell. Now outer membrane of the cell has certain receptors here. Okay, so outer membrane of the cell has certain receptor here. These are called as death receptors. What are they called as? Death receptors. So they are present in the outer wall of the cell. Okay. There are two types of death receptor, FAS receptors and TNF receptors. Okay, so we have two type of receptors here. We have FAS receptors and we have TNF receptors. They are called death receptors. So what happens is, whenever cell wants to die, let's say a virus infects a cell and this cell has planned that I should die, I should kill myself. Immediately as this cell is in danger, it will release certain mediators like FAS and TNF. Okay, so whenever this cell is in danger, it will release a molecule like FAS and TNF. Now what is going to happen is, the FAS molecule is going to bind with the FAS receptor and TNF molecules are going to bind with the TNF receptors. So these molecules bind with their complementary receptors like FAS receptors and TNF receptors, and as soon as they bind with their complementary receptors, they activate death domains. Okay, so they activate death domain. So a death domain of FAS is called as FAS associated death domain. The domain of TNF is called as TNF related death domain. Whenever these death domains are activated, they also go and activate caspases. Okay, so there are also final common pathways activation of caspases. So can you see here that both, so this pathway which is activated through receptors which are present in the outer wall of the cell are called as extrinsic pathway of apoptosis. So can I say there are two pathways of apoptosis? One is extrinsic pathway which occurs through death receptors, and one is intrinsic pathway which occurs through the mitochondria. And both of these pathways go and activate a common pathway, that is caspases. Okay. Now what are these caspases going to do? Now I hope everybody of you remember this diagram. Do you remember this diagram? What was this diagram? Everybody?
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
Internuclear
Very good. And this is apoptotic body. And this is phosphodiesterase. So caspases are the one which go and activate endonuclease. So who gives the trigger for activation of endonuclease is caspases. Okay. So remember that point always. So who gives the trigger for activation of endonucleases? It is always caspases. Do you understand that? So endonucleases are activated by caspases. Okay. And that's how cell death occurs. So yesterday some of you were asking me, ma'am, how does a cell death occur? How does apoptosis occur? So are you clear with how does apoptosis occur now? Yes. So who was asking me yesterday, how does an apoptosis occur? Who was asking me?
It was me, Himanshi.
Okay, Himanshi. So now did you understand? That's how the
Yes, ma'am.
mechanically how does apoptosis occurs. Okay. So it occurs through depending upon which pathway is involved, extrinsic or intrinsic. If it is extrinsic pathway, it typically goes and activates again caspases, which goes and activates endonucleases and forms the apoptotic body, and phosphodiesterase causes erythrocytosis. Is everybody clear with these mechanisms, guys? Yes. Okay. So let me ask somebody. Astha Gupta. Are you sleeping or are you there?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, I'm there.
Okay, Astha, tell me, what did you
Yes, ma'am.
understand about intrinsic pathway of apoptosis?
Ma'am, intrinsic pathway of apoptosis is activated when the cell itself decides to undergo apoptosis. In it, ma'am, this is the pathway where the mitochondria, it loses its anti-apoptotic molecules, that is BCL2. So that forms the channels of the back channel, and that activates cytochrome C, and this activates the apoptosis activating factor 1, which activates caspases.
Very good. Shabash. I am so happy
Thank
with you.
you,
Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's go to a concept which is little higher than this. Okay. So let's go to little tricky concept. Another concept that has recently come. Okay. So I'm just going to take you to that concept now. So again, let's go back to the presentation. Okay. So now